嗨，大家好，这是游戏通，欢迎来到我们这个 Disco Elysium 的直播啦。我每次开直播呢，我都会一直念这个 Elysium 哈，直到呢我把这个单字呢一定是练成滚瓜烂熟的为止啊。Disco Elysium 啊，我们上次已经我们上次玩到哪里了？我们从这个旧与史的这个口中呢，得到了非常重要情报啊哈，就是说这个好，我现在讲一下哈，这个野生物流呢，野生物流，它本身呢，它所雇佣的这个码头工人呢，首先开始罢工了哈。那罢工的条件要回复工作的条件呢是什么？你知道吗？竟然是说这些我们所有的这个码头工人都可以有这个股份，那是废话，谁会答应你这个有股份呢？那码头工人这么多，有股份还得了吗？当然是没办法啦。所以说，这个野生物流呢，就开始跟我们的码头工人工会的会长呢，开始进行了谈判啊。结果呢，谈判的时候呢，这个谈判呢，我们野生物流呢就派了3个佣兵，3个佣兵哦，是雇佣一个算是一个战争公司啦。然后他派了3个佣兵来这边，好像是稍微维持一下秩序吧，稍微控制一下局面的样子啊。那没想到其中一个佣兵呢，一个 colonel， 一个上校呢，在这边呢性侵了一位女孩呢，然后这边的这个码头工人就逮到这个机会啦，就把他私自给干掉了。然后剩下的另外2个佣兵呢，就在追查这个事情呢，想办法呢从这个所有的这个码头工人的嫌疑犯里面呢，找出一个人来定罪啊。正在这个时候呢，他们是私下调查的啦。剩下的那2个佣兵，一共有3个嘛，一个被干掉，剩下的那2个佣兵准备要这样调查啦。而这时候我们的主角呢，就是警察，来到了这个地方哈，来到这个自由贸易经济区呢，来调查这个案件啊哈。然后后来呢，我们就经过了一番折腾呢，就是野生物流的代表，他就是派来跟这个码头工会的工人来谈判的这个代表，我们跟他接触之后呢，得到他这边的他所掌握的情报是说，就是跟我们讲说，这个被吊死了的这个人呢，被这个处决的这个人呢，被工会码头工人处决的这一个佣兵呢，就是一个战斗公司里面的派来的3个人的里面的其中一个他的位阶是上校，所以说我们知道了死者的身份。那现在我们要调查，就是说到底是谁来干掉这个colonel 这个佣兵的？那一定脱不了关系的是码头工会的这些工人嘛，一定是他们啊。然后只是说是哪一个，我们现在必须要调查出来。而且码头工会的这个罢工呢，跟这个杀人这件事情呢，发生这件这个凶杀案呢，也是有关系的。可能码头工会工人呢，是透过这个凶杀案来延误一些事情，也不一定啊。那我们现在玩到的是说，我们的助手呢，把我们这个死者尸体呢运回去，这个总部呢去进行进一步的分析。那我现在一个人可以自由活动了哈。现在呢，我现在有个东西哈，就是说它有这个游戏有个东西很特别，就是说你有一些思维，然后这有些插槽嘛，然后你可以把这个思维呢放到这些插槽里面。我还没开锁是不是？然后然后这个每个思维呢，有研究的时间有不同，有长有短。等到这个时间过了之后呢，你就可以得到这个思维所解锁的能力。但是它在 达到这个时间之前解锁之前呢，你不知道这个思维到底能提供你什么样的能力，有些是你要的，有些是你不要的，就是这像一个盲盒就对了然后打开呢，时间一到打开，你才会知道你到底是不是你要的。然后我们已经用了6个插槽了啊，你看到没有？这6个插槽所提升的能力，就是在我们左边这个栏位啊，你有看到有4个嘛？有没有？加1。我可以，如果我个别去按这个思维呢，在右边有它的细项的说明，然后最上面呢是会出现它的所带来的提升的能力值啊，有看到啊？都各有不同啊。有一个是寡头公司哈，这个当你每次点击绿色球体的时候呢，它就会加10块钱，你会得到10块钱啊，这个算是蛮不错的，因为我现在还蛮缺钱的然后现在我就是说，我还有6个插槽，你要打开这个插槽还要花1个技能点数哦。我现在花了1个啊，我花了1个了啊。我现在代表我这一个呢，可以把这些思维挑一个进来培养到他这边研究时间所到达的时候呢，我就可以解锁这个思维的能力了。但是至于解锁什么能力呢，是不知道的。这上面的这个暂时研究价值呢，只是说你在这个还没解锁之前呢，它会有这个能力的属性的增加，也有可能是减少，像这个就是增强毫升就是减少，然后有些是非常的长，然后呢，你要怎么去判断这个到底是不是你要？你必须要去读它的文本然后你要去凭着你的知识或是你的尝试啊，来判断出这个解锁之后呢，会有什么样很酷的。像这个美肌生命体我猜这个解锁之后呢，我们的士气呢就不会被减少，或者说我们可以得到很多的美元素美。然后呢，这个呢，我在猜这个翻箱倒柜，这个在我们去捡东西的时候呢，可能会有一些额外的 bonus。所以说，我们现在既然已经有记录了，是不是那我们干脆就是怎么讲？我就直接思维内化，就代表我开始研究这个了。但是我要1个小时半才可以看到它真正的能力。所以说，我现在进行的研究，我就在这边睡觉了。然后如果不满意呢，我要读档重来。刚才那个研究时间是1个小时半，所以说我先使用这个1个小时。然后我再半个小时，这样我就解锁了正经的艺术学位了。这样子呢，好，我们结束了之后呢，我就可以解锁了正经艺术学位。这个我不用去读啦，主要是看它加成，看到没有？标新立异被动。
I fucked me. Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes. Resolutely shit. Lacking in imagination.
这个很烂啊
Uninformed reimagining.
这个很烂好吗
Limp-wristed. Premature. Ill-informed.
因为这个，你看我还扣了1个手眼协调呢。也就是说我要读取军毒啊，我现在必须要这样做。我们现在就一个个试因为现在我的助手不在，我才可以使用睡觉这一招啦，是这样。解锁1个，然后呢，这个翻箱倒柜，我们来试试看好了。 所以走路可不可以快一点啊？
You sit on the wind-worn. You finally stop.
好，突破了。
The twiddling bit.
你看一下它解锁的能力啊，是不是我们想要的？
The jamrock shuffle.
他会讲一堆废话，这个有兴趣的人就有兴趣的，没兴趣的人
treasure hunting. Most officers
可以在上手容器发现更好的战利品啊，就这样子啊。
Jamrock shuffle, cracking open containers. Most of them are from jamrock.
这个也不是说非常的好啊。好，哎，这个良知国度哦，间接征收税的时候是跟人家讲话的时候会得到1块钱的。哎，哇，这要6个小时哦，好，这要9个小时哦。哎呀，这个好啦，我来试试看这个。要睡3个小时，睡啊。
You sit on the wind. You finally stop picking.
再睡啊。
Time passes. You wonder if
都1点
time
了。
passes. You wonder if it could rain so much that it's getting late. Time to head to sleep. Best not stay outside on the wind.
我不能再睡了。
It is the dead of night.
OK， 1点之后呢，就必须要找一个，1点之后就必须要赶快去睡觉，是不是？但是我的思维还在那多少？22分钟哎。那这个，唉，好吧。看你们这群人回家了哈，我就想说你们不会去那边鬼混的啦。这老板都不睡觉，很厉害啊。睡觉啊。 这个游戏操
The
作不是
bed
很
is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting.
睡。
The bed is still cold.
不要再幻
Here
想
we
了
are
啦。
again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. You're not cooperating. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot. Because
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding this suffering. It must have some kind of meaning. A story that will come out of it. Perhaps even a story that you will write yourself.
Oh yeah, baby. Frame your suffering as a masterpiece. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking.
oh, baby boy, you're already in.
Maybe if you know, like, took a lot of drugs before you go to sleep, that'd do the trick. Maybe if you cracked the damn thing, then you'd feel satisfied and tired, holding the picture puzzle in your hand.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings.
老哥，我只是想要看我的解锁啦。起来吧。解锁了没啊？还没啊？靠！能力是什么啊？
The fan stands still. The switch must be broken, because... The door is closed. Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it. That felt good. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce.
Oh. 这个人是谁啊？这是那个我的同伴是不是？
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now. Yes, I am. I know.
Here's the real deal.
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere. But if you had to guess, you would say the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
那你干嘛？
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you're not. You're not the only cop in the world. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
你是哪里混哪里的啦
What precinct?
？Precinct。
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
他该不会是跟我们同一？他是不是我的同事啊？可能坐在我隔壁哈，我就忘了，有可能啊。
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses and a fucking wig.
Okay.
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
You're a fucking asshole. Are we done here? What precinct?
Fucking deranged.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe.
I don't...
Don't say anything, Judith.
I'm just looking out...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses.
Yes. A policewoman who just wants to do her job. That's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two is making her uncomfortable.
So, 你干嘛？ 干嘛啊？你们两个？
What is this place?
训练设备。
I think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we...
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, an eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Yes, because it's closed.
看，这是分，看这个是健身房那边的对话、啊，怎么会再出现在这里呢？靠，这游戏怎么做的那么神，没有做好、啊。
No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
神经病哎！你这些人还在啊
Yes?
这个呢？
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor. Wow, you seem stable and in control. Allow me to say, alcohol really seems to have had a positive effect on you. No, what do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
I'm not getting involved in this.
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening though.
Watch out for yourself.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
来了，我看一下到底有什么好
Jamais
的。
vu. Derealization.
去现实化。
Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood.
我觉得还不错吧。所有的智力上限+1了哎。看起来还不错啊。觉得还可以吧，保留吧。然后这是什么东西啊？所有是每次点击球体经验值+1。点击球体，我来看一下哈。点击球体，绿色的球体。啊，这个啦，这个啦，我知道了啦。这样子还算是，我觉得还算是可以的。妈的，可以啊。我来点击一下，我现在是45啊，45，我点击一下这个，点击一下这个窗户的这个。啊，3，看46了，真的啊！这个点击球体可以增加经验值啊，我觉得还行吧，这个我留着吧。忘记思维可是还要钱的，还是要一个那个技能点数。莫妮卡。
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
我都
There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside.
实际味道，这是一个白色检定，不要去检定。 他刚才有一个什么东西叫做同舟共兴，是不是？我这个同舟共兴啊，同舟共济啊，我穿这个啊，诶，同舟共济啊。同舟共济啊，那不是加一了吗？然后跟他讲一下。
Yes? What is it? Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
Well, he's not. He's a sack of shit barely kept together by crazy glue. But at least he tries, unlike you.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay? I don't...
Don't say anything, Judith.
I'm just looking...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses.
I just want to do my job.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two is making her uncomfortable.
I don't...
Don't say anything, Judith.
I'm just
靠，
looking...
那个不是刚才有一个检定，现在没了啦。
Something about them.
现在没这个检定了，操！
Again? I can't believe
这个啦。
this shit.
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him.
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
Another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonged to what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality? That's exactly right. Down to a fraction. I don't even know what to say to that. What is your goddamn station? Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good. Okay. You're not going to believe this, but police officers. Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting that drink on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lang. Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lang.
Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? I'm sure he's fucking flattered, but Kim is not part of this thought experiment. In this one, we're partners.
The lieutenant is silent.
Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind, partner. Oh god, I'd hate for that to happen. You know what might help prevent that though? You doing your fucking job. Oh no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work.
This isn't helping.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I. About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? No! You will not start blabbering about that asshole.
纪晓姆是谁啊？
No. Cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging? Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
So, do you know who hanged him? Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. Why are you?
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating and would lead somewhere. A custom even? Strange.
Oh my, is no time. You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting? Okay, well... I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more. You want some?
Shit.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably get laughed at. But still. Yes, just cross it off the list.
Again? I can't believe this shit. I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? Okay.
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let...
Haha.提吐司，
This is where you say your bed.
哈迪呀、
Detective.
不要讲，
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We are looking for Titus Hardy.
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
Real big dick cops. Look at them. Reckless. Swinging in the wind.
Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do.
Must be something in the water in Jamrock.
Yeah, gave him real nice big dick.
Yeah.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
怎么叫伊丽莎白呢？你不是叫莉莉吗？
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot. steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars, a little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
Oh, 对啊，他。
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
Discrepancy. 这个7个人啊，因为一共有8个人嘛，那这7个人就是那7个，然后还有一个是那个，还有一个是那个叫做什么啊 ？Discrepancy 是矛盾性，还有一个就是那个司机啊，女司机，对不对？因为他的右脚是有被磨损的啊。所以说她是女司机。Discrepancy。脚印很奇怪的那个，那废话，你就是那个司机啊。Contradiction 呢？这7个人呢，有一个是特别重的，是扛过去的，然后有一个是很小的，啊，那很小的就是脚印很浅的呢。
Exactly, the missing lady driver who was running the drug trade. Does it mean the Hardy Boys are involved in the drug trade as well?
有可能哦。
Maybe. But hey, you've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Now is a good time to hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
但你怎么会讲出脚印的吗？
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too.
They love him, boss. Spend all day digging around in there. Can't get enough of that pretty boy smell.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
为什么死者有一条货运带呢
Container belt, like we use in the harbor? Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
你直接把这话讲开，你不怕我录音吗
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the pulling motion again, savoring it.
Okay, contract.
We did this together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt.
为什么他们要奇怪？他们为什么要直接讲出来呢？
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Tactic 真的还假的？还可以这样子稀释哦？还可以这样子吗？我要找出谁是主谋啊
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys.
你是法律顾问，这是你出的主意吗
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Who do you fucking think does?
That's right, asshole. Titus Hardy runs the Hardy Boys. Ain't that so, fellas?
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
No, you did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out forms, the others can't read. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die.
So 以说你觉得他，你们觉得他必须死啊
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out alive.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn special forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all!
奥兰耶特种部队
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true.
对，好像有这回
This
事。
is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation?
对啊，为什么是这个暴力等级就一直降低呢？
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls, grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic, a beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake, the fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming.
要他是抓的是女人哦。
Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
真的还假的？救出来啊！
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
对啊，他没被强暴啊。
No, you're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
什么东西啊？到底谁强暴谁啊？
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
野收母牛。
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
不是他。
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
真的还假的啊？到底是哪？到底是不是啊？就有意思了。
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you you anything at the cop school?
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
对啊，他手没有被捆住。
The lieutenant goes in for the leg sweep. Titus does not see it coming.
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
对啊。
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
真的假的？你是用手？
Samaran boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool.
Stealth.
He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
靠！我现在这个一定要过啊！
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others, but...
他们都很硬哈。
Alain, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police.
Alan.
This little rat-faced fellow is solid too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there.
Fidgety.
Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
这个人大汗淋漓，呼吸困难是？没错啊，这个胖子都没有去参与对话啊。对呀、啊。
No. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
And fuck you too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Like what, Copper?
我不会讲子弹的事情，先不用讲。
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
A fearful readiness, like an electrical charge, raises hairs in the room. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster, You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. While the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve, there's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts. Their eyes are light.
真的假的啊？
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Hahaha.
Again, just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
About fucking time.
我干嘛要讲这些我发现的机密啊？
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Cronell.
Squad.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
Nervous, snickering. There's a rush of adrenaline present.
我到底要不要跟他们呛虾啦？哈。
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us. And Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Yeah. A well-oiled murder machine.
The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole Merc platoon.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
We're not bees. We're men. We're socialists.
Easy, E. He's trying to phase you. What are you trying to do? Scare my men? So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals, special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or a Barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think. We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
比如说你到底是谁啊？
That thing has 7 barrels, 1 trigger. You do the math.
7 barrel.
So that's 1 dead and a long reload. But whatever.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose into city. What do you think is gonna happen?
Scum.
He's really prepped himself up for this. He has to keep the fear in check.
What do you mean, okay?
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
我不要再谈到子弹了。我不要讲出这个毒品的事情了啊。哼。
I've got nothing to say to you. Why?
少啊！你干嘛？你是法律顾问就法律顾问，你装成是装逼，再装成一个园丁，打扮成这样干嘛？不合理啊！
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
循循善诱是不是？看一下啊。循循善诱。循循善诱哦，这个啊。循循善诱。 这有没有一些是扣掉循循善诱了？循循善诱，循循善诱是属于心智的，是不是？心智的。 我想要继续再充能呢。这个好像还不错的样子啊。他妈，我睡觉的时候再来搞好了。 睡觉的时候可以来搞一下。循循善诱、啊。
Oh, hello, dear.
58了啊！我可以直接冲一下，然后我再加再试试看啊。储存好了。等一下哦，我很多事要做哎，我还要去车子呢。
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
You're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still.
We don't have time for cryptozoology 101.
没关系啊，循循善诱，我来。我可以再检定一次。
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Ooh, tough choice there.
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo. Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva.
Saliva.
Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight.
重新长出四肢。
Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel to our own. Just like your partners.
Ma'am, you are confusing him.
Please don't misunderstand me, either of you. Human, as it is used in everyday speech, is hardly a taxonomic category. For all intents and purposes, you can be thought of as human. Though Saelites do have some distinguishing characteristics. Different advantages, if you will.
Yes, advantages such as the flakier texture of Saelite earwax, or so I've heard. Nothing inspires pride in one species quite like speculative evolutionary biology. Perhaps we've had enough of that for today. Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
He nods approvingly.
就这样啊，靠，我花了一个点数哎，没有得到一些好处嘞。好吧，我们要去那个车子啊。哎，我可不可以拿一点汽油啊？对了。
Inside, you see a set of steering
我有，
levers
我可以
already
问
on
啊。
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
对啊。
Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. It's 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
God. 你有什么问题吗？
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble? Nah, man. I was telling you the truth. I really didn't think it'd be her. She's okay. Sort of troubled, but still, a nice person.
So that's what that emotion was before. It was wishful thinking.
对啊，他觉得他不错啊，他看上他那个马
What else
马
do you know about her?
Nothing. We just talked a bit. About life and stuff. She left me a key so I can park a lawyer if the jam broke. So, she in trouble or what? It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her? Yeah, maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can. Oh, you know, Tommy Leholm's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
The correct grammar is Tommy Lahome.
Tommy Lom was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
OK， 通达清理，我通达清理太烂了。通达清理太烂了。我们来跟金英一起来看这个车子啊，他之前没看过。
This found A to Z abandoned. The smell of cigarettes. There's something odd about the past. These, one of them. There's definitely perfume in the remnants of a sweet. The actress. This is she wasted away in a drug den called The Door. The remnants of a sweet juniper. The actress. This is she wasted away. The actress. This is she wasted. The actresses and the rare. Looks like the frequency dial is absent.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Yes.
It has to be an advanced model to fit so many frequencies next to each other without blending them together.
No, that's on 78.9. What? I happen to have committed the frequency to memory. I have no problem admitting that. For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation. With quite a range, too.
A 20-kilometer radius at least. Perhaps extended by an attachable antenna that's not here right now.
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial.
The ghostly actresses, and the rusty toolbox under the driver's seat, and the oddly bulging seat cover. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel, but one sandpaper adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique? Yes?
Yes.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
Yes.
Now we know for certain who is the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
可能哦。
You're right. But we should still go and see what Titus has got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console, and a faint smell of perfume is in the air. Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has...
Bonne prise.
This large toll booth, there, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages to Kuro. Through this municipal map from the 30s, the rattle of the final... These service looks like the smugglers.
So it would seem. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them. Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it. The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes. But really, they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol.
Okay.
With cool names like La Puta Madre and Aura Masta. It's a dark parody. It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect.
马德雷伊，就是说这个毒品，这个工会只是稍微掺一脚啊哈，但是他不可能搞这么，这个主谋不是工会，这个毒品真的是马德雷伊啊。
Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick this up later.
The stack of maps looks just like a metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's an issue of... It looks like an article.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before.
Pull out toolbox. You close the rust.
你要叫法医来是不是？真的吗？这个女的什么都不知道，我来问一下她。
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather could...
我们已经找出谁是那个女驾驶，我们就不用找这个老太婆的麻烦了。 打个电话给法医吧。你知道
Inside,
打电话给
you see
法
a
医吗
set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Still no word, I'm afraid, sir. 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a metallic drawer. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow. The white suede. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine. You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. The smell of I'm good. At the bottom of the sea. So strange. The machine is... The handle is pulled back. In the cabin, you see a set as you tap on the...
No, that's enough fun.
好，我们现在要去那个这个地方哈，来看一下。这个地方要先存档哦。这个门好像会把你卡住哦，这有 bug 啊，这小心。真的是，这游戏没有很成熟，都已经过了这么久的时间，这些 bug 都还没修啊。我是不懂为什么。我点这个绿色球，我经验值会加1哦。这个抬起来也没有什么。
Barbell lies. It's 60. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
体力会减1吗？
You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form.
It was never my favorite either. At the station gym, I mean. I prefer running. It clears your head.
这边哈。
It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand. Right. No.
Some areas are inaccessible without your flashlight.
我上次来的时候没有提醒我啊。 我第一次来的时候，并没有变暗呐、哦，可以来，可以走过来这里。第一次好像没办法走过来啊。我靠，这有点恐怖嘞！靠，我这点这个我都会增加我的经验值哎。 我还可以走上去哦！等一下，我要先把这些东西都捡一捡。哇，这好多钱啊！我看，现在这个音效有点机车哦。捡一捡啊，不错哎。 喷流啊！我现在有一个东西是说，我每次点绿色的球体，我就可以得到10块钱呢。这个太好了！第15个寡头公司。然后另外一个是说，我点击球体的时候呢，我还可以经验值可以上升1页。这个对我来讲，点击球体是太好的事情。这是艾玛工作室吗？也许哦。
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast. You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira, the Haldor,
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures. Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. Just look at those details.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world.
Spy.
A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun." This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner. The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans. Call in, tune out, Wirral untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. The full text reads, "Heat Death of the Universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the..."
神经，这什么东西呀？看，这是什么东西？
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has
a radio computer, just sitting here without anyone inside.
干，这个该不会是那个女情报员？
What he means is that these things cost money. Why would anyone just leave it behind? This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a
We had one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnet. Oh no. It was already glowing and now it's also making a sound. It's probably some alien CO-like technology. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1.
中继站。
Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something a criminal would do. Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
要塞机事故。
One moment. Fortress Accident SCR produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Any other questions? Good. Please repeat the password. I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password? No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Still no. Received.
Don't worry.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can... Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
They are merely cautious. It's my job to protect their film. I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of... Now, please tell me if there's anything else. Yes.
She repeats passwords.
I work as for... Now, thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Nothing happens. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
按下去我会增加雷压，有吗？这什么东西啊？
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper carnivore. Be careful. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from a gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you.
Oh.
You hear it. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate... What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The
我现在是32.69啊，32.69。我点小圆球的时候，到底会不会加钱？哎呦，32.69，哎，加了0.1块呀，这是加10分没错哈，10分呢，不是1块，是10分，没错啊，也是对的。啊？隐藏入口。哎呦，还真的有啊！有人把坏掉的枪藏在天花板下面。我这手还会跟着我指的地方动哎。
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Compartments.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Wow.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
It's
the same type of weapon, yes, a breech loader. An interesting coincidence that we should find something so similar. But I'm afraid our search for the real murder weapon must continue.
不可能吧？步枪。
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
A few bricks have fallen off.
好吧。 靠，这里真多东西耶！在制造冰淇淋哦，这个是冰层啊。
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
黑色。
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
这些东西都废弃，怎么还会再插电呢？浪费电啊！啊，我来这个就是不要让它浪费电啊，就这么简单啊！干，这是怎么啊？故弄玄虚啊！哎呦，还可以走上去哦！哎，哦，走上去就是这里哦。哦。
Two cables are plugged an electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
我们拔掉之后呢，再去检查那个电那个。
The bear's eyes are dead and empty.
对啊。
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
对啊 ，chimney 啊。
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No, that would be stupid. Still, it's good to have this dirt on you. Real men wear coal for makeup.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not the supernatural kind.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man. Then what was the chatter you heard? A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
我靠！存档一下呢，这个。
Bent metal, broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter. Kudos.
Kudos.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
怎么变成这么92了？因为我踢了一脚吧？对啊。
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly.
Hello?
And it's a woman. Of course. The malicious entities are always women.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
啊，等等吧。上面有个妹子啊。有妹子就赶快去找妹子啊！哦，这里还有一个什么东西？
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic. History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123, unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. Perhaps the web is comprised of radio. Looks like a survey. They must have had massive air width. These things don't come cheap. Someone very important, a conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, there's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? No, that's not it. I think...
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
哦，你把那个桌上游戏变成那个 video game 是不是？
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio.
Okay.
Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real, immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... Yes, especially in here. Okay, let's keep moving.
好吧。 走这里没错吧？我靠，怎么有个人啊？你在这个废墟这边，太扯了！你在废墟这边干嘛？谁呀？
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Dice.
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Interrogate.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Observe.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind? I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there is any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
你怎么会在这里呀？奇怪，你的店怎么开在这里啊？
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids, and lately I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
This person values focus above all. She keeps her sharp sight on the instruments before her.
It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
你在这边不用付租金哦，这是真好啊。
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Ah, the Seminese trinkets, of course.
But it doesn't. This is merely a sarcastic response.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons. Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. How about an amber dye? Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from a piece of amber with a fossilized insect. It's perfect for those who can't seem to let go of their past. Maybe you have some other ideas for dies? What do you mean by cursed? Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your curse. Maybe you have some other ideas for dice?
自由为乐。
A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure? Alright, maybe some other die. A normal die? I'm on polyhedral dice. Dice that have more. Come on now, be a little creative. Ah, yes, Fortress accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Wiro Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plants, it uses motifs of ice and death.
Ice, death, loss. Sounds like you.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice, and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, it's an icosy tetrahedron.
Loving it. So nifty.
Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping.
好啦好啦
，7
块
something
钱
hard like resin though, and voila, it's perfect. Great, see you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
天人感应，我穿一下天人感应好了。这个服装好像有一个是天人感应，是不是？有一个是天人感应，这个吧。我天人感应啊。
Wow, so someone's been a little boring. Yes, of course you do. Yes, the type of copy you done and done. No.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here. She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief. The tool's sharp edge shining in the light of...
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
我靠，这么多！
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar.
Novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom?
To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Oh, how horrid! Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse? Of course. I trust myself. All that matters is that the... Thank you, officer.
好啦，只要
You've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
是有病的这个神经病啊，就是哈，不信苍生信鬼神啊，这个迷信的哈，那我就真的哈，就跟你继续迷信，我只要经验值就好了，经验值给我就好了。8小时我要去拿，而且我今天早上就是，要去这个南边的这个水门那边这个是有个任务。
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything.
All right then. All's well that ends well.
好，那就这样吧。我下午的时候，这集到这里哈。下午等一下，接下来我就是往南边去水闸那边看一下，不要再拿着这个。然后晚上的时候要去找那个抽烟的人啊，这是晚上要找抽烟的人。 下午去那个，然后我还要去见这个老大，工会的老大。然后20块啊，如果20块啊，可以睡了。那这集先到这样。